Thanks, Wyatt. I guess I don't understand the question, William. Are you heating things up for the freak off? Rub sea oil on it. Don't want to put any oil on something that hot. Don't want it slipping and sliding or catching fire. Not real sure what you're trying to say, William. Kick the fans on real quick. Get a little warm. But the freak off is all about slipping and sliding. I guess I don't understand what you're talking about, man. I don't get it. camera a little bit here. There we go. Got to see a little more of the forge in the shop there. Alright, now we got some heat. One go. Whoa. Sorry, bud. Still not following where you're going on this page with that. What do we got? I have been smacking hot metal. I'm probably coming on. Oh, I guess I hit my first piece. Let's see, that would have been 2011. So, what is that? 13 years? 14? No. Yeah, 14 years. 14 years since I hit the first piece. Won my first WCB contest in Kissimmee in the tail end December of 2014. So that's kind of when I started getting really heavy into it. And then 2015, 2016 was pretty heavy. And then 2017 we did the World Horseshoe and Classic. So we were pretty heavy with it there. And then 2019 did the intermediate at the AFA convention. And then 2020 we did the open, our first open at the AFA convention. And I haven't been back since. So this will be our first year back in the open at the AFA convention. 5.5. This thing has to measure 5.25. It's gonna be close. All right. Give me 1 second. Beep up, and I'll explain exactly. I will answer your question in just a moment. All right. Now we'll go to the lateral side. All right. So, glad you're back, Wyatt. Bebop, to answer your question, the WCB and the AFA. WCB is the World Championship Blacksmith Association. Um, Craig Turnka started it, runs it. It's technically a bunch of horseshoeing. So I shouldn't say all. It's mainly it's a group. Craig takes a big semi truck that he's got 10 coke fires and anvils and vices and everything, kind of around the country. And it's a big horseshoeing contest essentially, with a lot of blacksmithing, a lot of forging. So he does. I think there's 3 contests every year now. It used to be 5 a year, plus a team deal. So we did that, and so there's that. That's the WCB, and then the AFA is the American Farrier Association. It is the largest farrier association in the United States. It actually spreads across the world, but it's all about the betterment of the horse. Every year we have our annual convention that we also have our annual contest at, our national contest. So that's a pretty big deal. Jackalope E. Back when you were part of the well shot team, you guys held a clinic at well shot. I remember that. You made a Tolden Fullard hind, and I gave it to your son. I do remember your son. That's probably an ugly shoe. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. That was probably an ugly shoe back when. But hey, it was the best thing we could make at the time. I do remember that though, and I remember your son. Man, he was there to learn. That's for sure. He was pretty intrigued. That's pretty awesome. If I brought your wife down, could I shoe her? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope, cannot do. Unless you're married to a 17 one-hand warm blood. Probably not going to happen. All right, so we're going to go ahead and build this lateral side. I'm going to start working on the caulk. Lord willing, we can maybe one heat this thing and get on with it. That'd be really nice. Alright, not going to be one heat, but we got her started. Anyways. Let's see. Come on, help a brother out. Bud, that's not going to happen. I have a wife. I feel your pain. She definitely just heard me say that. I'll get crucified tomorrow, later tonight. Why don't cows and goats wear shoes too? Well, the number one reason we ever shoe horses is when wear exceeds growth. So most of the time, if a horse is wearing their hoof off faster than they can produce the hoof wall or the hoof, we'll shoe them. Sometimes performance reasons, we'll shoe them. You know, your barrel horses, your race horses, stuff like that. It's a traction thing. Your jumpers gives them more traction. Or in the reiner's case, sliding plate will take traction away from them if they need to slide, whatever it may be. And therapeutic reasons, you know, lamenesses, if a horse is lame, or you know, you're trying to compensate for a conformational defect. And to be honest with you, it's super costly. You know, if you take what these people pay to shoot, you know, have their horses shot all year long, you wouldn't put it into a cow. There are dairy cow, quite a few dairy cows that abscess, stuff like that, and they will shoe them with like a poly type shoe, and it's glued on usually. But that's a specialty. I don't mess with the cows. Can I trim them? Yes. Will I? Probably not. Goats, same thing. Cost effective, and to be frank, I can't stand being around the stinky bastards. Have you ever grabbed a hot shoe with a bare hand by accident? More times than I'd like to count. Fun fact: if it's hot enough, your skin will turn gold. Yeah. Take a measurement here. Yeah, we're pretty close. That cock's pretty hideous, but we'll take a quick cleanup on it. We'll make something decent here. Take a cleanup heat. No, definitely not trimming her toenails either, bud. I got a 3-year-old daughter, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's about as good as it gets, human-wise. I ain't touching anybody else's nasty toes. That's out of my realm. Have any of you guys that are watching right now, have y'all watched the video I put out building a double cocking for the AFA convention? and making the caulks. It's similar to this shoe here. This shoe's a lot smaller, and it's only got one caulk. It's got a wedge on the other side, and this one's fullered. The other one's plain stamped that I did the video on. But has anybody else watched that other video? Let me know in the comments if you have. All right. We'll go ahead and get on, turn that branch, and make the shoe. Let's see. How much do I charge for a set of shoes? I actually, so full set of shoes, I get base price, nothing fancy, just 4 shoes on there. Is $250. Starts at $250 is my price. That's what I'm getting here. A lot of stuff goes up from there, drill and tap, pads. I don't use a ton of that stuff. I do drill and tap, my share. 250. A lot of times what I'll do is if I know that they're going to be actively competing like a 3-day event or something like that, I'll just charge 300, and that includes one form of traction. So either pins or boreum, or I don't have many that use boreum, or drill and tap. So let's see. Beat Bop, my man's making some beans. I like it. That's pretty cool. Well, if you get a chance, go on there and go check out that video of the double caulking. It's kind of a cool little video. And Danny, thank you. Glad you're liking them there. If you got any ideas of something else you want to see or whatever, let me know. I'd be glad to come up with something. I'm dang sure not Craig, but I built a lot of stuff. William, the blue suede shoes. No, bud, you couldn't afford blue suede shoes. All right. Hardest part of a roadster right here to me. Putting some shape into it. I do struggle. I'm going to hold off marking my fullering until I turn the medial branch, just because I'm not 100% sure where I'm about to end up. Danny, I agree. Quadruple times 10. I love it. I love it. Struggle getting the toe set. Yeah, you know. Are you struggling with roadster toes or just your toe and your shoes in general? They are definitely two different, in my opinion. They're setting up for two different things um, when it comes to the roadsters and just a general, just a general 3/4 fuller or plain stamp. Um, a lot of it comes in. Um, Obviously, the roadster toe is going to be a lot harder. Roadster toes mainly struggle for a long time getting a good hind set toe. Yeah, so I would imagine I have a lot of conversations with guys about this actually, and Craig has a video on Travis Smith made a shoe for, I believe it was Connecticut, that he judged, and it's just a plain stamp hind. I think it was out of 12 inches, a half by inch and a quarter, I think. And it had, the way the toe was set up, it had that set toe and the branches coming down. And that, to me, that video right there really made a difference. On my roadsters, Adam Farr, he actually gave me the tip. I set training wheels on the top side of my shoe, so that way once I turn the toe, I know from one training wheel to the other. Once I turn the toe and get it set up, I don't work anything above that till the very, very, very end, and then it's just light to knock the corner out of it. So like I'll show you here in just a second when I finish this heat. I'll show you. I have training wheels on this one actually. Now, and I don't do it all the time anymore, but I do still do it now. Every now and again, just to kind of keep my eye trained to where to be, because it's really easy to work up past that point as you're grabbing the material and coming down the branch, and it'll make one side grow and grow, and then you're just pulling away from your toe the whole time. So I'll show you after this heat where they're at on this shoe. All right, Danny, I'm going to brush this off and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So, let's see if I can get it to where you can see it. So you can see I have my center dot that I put on edge right there. And then, let's see if I can find it right there. Kind of a little dark spot. You can see another one. And right there, another one. Now, if you look at this shoe, the way I kind of got it set up right now, you can see I've actually worked right up to it, but then my toes inside out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from over here, and it's because of the way I took my bump. I marked this and then took my bump center instead of with the center dot mark. So I'm going to guess, so I'm going to, like now I have the ability, I can grab from this and get it out there and it'll match back over to here. Let's see. Spaghetti toe, then I press it out to gain my width again, but then I lose my reverse wedge. Yep. No, that's the whole key right there, man, is getting it there and then not touching it after the fact. You know, I have the ability right here because I didn't touch it, and this is what Craig talks about, is I have the ability to come get it from the toe now if I need it. You'll be able to see what I just did there. I just got the toe kind of coming back to me now, and now I've got the lateral back over there. Now I feel a lot more confident to stand her up, give her a little payal. That gets that coming down. Now I just get it back going out again. Now I can T-square off of it. The back half of the shoe is pretty ugly right now still, but I got a lot of forging to do left, so that's all right. And I am by no means a roadster master, or whatever you want to call it. There are plenty of guys out there making much nicer and much better and much more understood roadsters than I. I guess I'm one of the few that'll put it up for others to see. So we'll go ahead and full the medial. I'll do my medial because once you get the medial to size, the rest of it's just forging and growing your lateral to get there too. A lot of work for shoes. Definitely more love and passion, not work. Yeah, if you truly embrace the suck, as we say, go right through it. It is definitely a passion. How long do they last? That's pretty dependent upon the horse, the environment. There's a lot that goes into it. Truthfully, there's not a real answer. Triple E Farrier service. Yeah, I'm not hitting hot steel because I just put it back in because I was explaining the roadster toe. You just missed all the good part, especially for you because I've seen your roadster toes. But that's okay. That's okay. I expect my phone to go off here in a second with a picture of a slider. Why aren't you hitting hot steel actually? You only built a slider? You retired now? Well, I guess you better hope that slider gets drawn. Alright, so I'm going to come here and I'm just going to kind of work it on the diagonal and hem the branch. Alright, now we're going to drop a fuller in there and we're going to try not to destroy this fuller. I destroyed one the other day, so let's not do that again. That'd be lovely. I actually am going to run in just a second, grab a different fuller. I have a better one, much slimmer fuller. Anybody that's built fuller roadsters can understand the pain of building this one right now. I will take a plain stamp roadster any day of the week. So what happens when your good tongs bust and you got to revert back to the old tongs? That ain't worth a flying shit. Yes, Try. I said I busted my good tongs. And I blame you for it because we were talking about tearing up tongs, and I don't tear up many tongs, and I busted my half-inch tongs today. And I say it's all because of you, bud. So thanks, pal. My phone battery is getting really low, so I'm praying that my phone don't die. All right, another branch. I don't have a charger. Gassed out on the fronts. Unreal. Yeah, the hat fuzzies are the way to go. Yeah, Danny, it's convention practice. It's been going for a bit here, and Tries really slow, so he's trying to get faster, but kind of sucks. So, just kidding. Just kidding. He doesn't actually suck. Oh, all right, guys. I'm going to end it off there right now. My phone's about to die. I got 4%. So, we'll end it off there, and we'll try to do this a little more often. Y'all be sure to subscribe and follow along.